Okay, I'm not really gonna apologize to my viewers about not making a video within a year or whatever. Only person I would apologize to is my cousin because she hasn't seen my gorgeous face in so long, and she lives California. But my point with this video is that I was watching quite a few, coming out as a gay to my parents kind of videos, and they just struck a nerve with me just because the other day I was talking with my boyfriend about coming out as asexual to my parents. It wasn't really talking with him about it. It was more me panicking because we were in a park and it was 8:15, and so it was dark outside, and we were unaware that parks close after dark, which is stupid because it gets dark at about 6:30. So that sucks, and he has work until 8. So we can't really hang out anywhere else. Just because privacy-wise, his parents don't know we're dating, which is just interesting because, well, it's actually probably for the better because I'd probably be invited over for dinner, interrogated. So, we both can agree that it's probably, well, I don't really care actually, but his grandparents know that I'm his girlfriend, mostly because they just assumed it. They're like, oh, she's so pretty, she has blue eyes, and I'm like, oh, stop it. They met me once, okay, they saw me for 5 minutes, and they're like, she must be his girlfriend. But anyway, so a cop knocked on the window, and he's like, what are you two doing here? And we're like, talking, and we were honestly just talking because I'm asexual, and intercourse in the middle of a park, even if it's in a car, it's not really on my agenda. So I was panicking, basically. He got my name and my birthday, and he looked at my boyfriend's driver's license. And the legal age of consent, sexual consent in our state is 17, so I'm good to go. But it still really freaked me out because I'm like, no, I don't have an identification card on me. So I wasn't sure if he'd look me up, if he'd ask for my phone number, if he'd write us tickets because we were in the park past the time it's open, because parks close apparently, to keep out hooligans like us. But I was really scared that he might call my house and be like, oh, your daughter was out very late with this gentleman. So he probably wouldn't call him a gentleman. He'd be like, I was a fucking prostitute that was trying to take advantage of her. But I was really scared about that. And after the cop left, I was like full panic mode, okay, because I'm not good with authority. And so I was like, oh my god, what if he tells my parents? What if he over exaggerates something? Oh yes, I thought your daughter was having intercourse in the car. And then I feel like that would force me out as asexual. And he's like, you haven't told your parents? I'm like, fuck no, I haven't. I told my brother probably about 4 months ago, before he went off to college. So, well, that's probably like 3 months ago, whatever. I'm too tired to care. So I told him, and he had guessed, not that I was asexual. I wouldn't identify myself with that term, but he knew I had a lesser libido, which in itself is strange, being a teenager and not really having much of a sex drive. Because I feel I identify with being asexual even though I have a boyfriend. Because I lack prevalent sexuality, and at this point in my life, when hormones are supposed to be kicking in, punching me in the face, to have a very limited sex drive at this point in my life, I feel like it's downhill from here. I'm only going to have a smaller sex drive as my life continues, and I'm okay with that. But if that cop had said, oh hey, they were in this park, just a two, I feel like my parents would assume that I was being sexually active with him, which would be horrifying for them and for myself because He's my first boyfriend. We've only been dating for about 3.5 months, so my mother would be like, "You are." Yeah. Abuse, control, whichever way it is. So that would probably force me to come out as asexual. And the only thing I'm terrified with is being forced into that corner to tell her or to tell my father when I'm not prepared. And really, this is a big concern for them because, if you're gay, you could still get married. If you're bi, you could still get married. If you're heterosexual, you could still get married. But very few people are single. Very few middle-aged people are single. I have a neighbor, though, who is she's single. She has a dog, so that's nice. But it surprised me thinking back on it now that like when she first moved in and when I first met her and was more friendly with her, that she might actually be asexual. I mean, she might not know the term, but she might identify herself as such. And that's such a role model to look up to. And my mother had asked me, have you felt pressure to get a boyfriend? And I've told her absolutely. And she seems surprised by this. And I'm like, really? Really look around you. The world is full of sex. It's disgusting. It ridicules anyone for being single. You don't see single people that are happy, people that have dated that are then single. They're like, oh my gosh, I hate being single. And there are a few people who are like, I love being single, YOLO. I don't want to get tied down by anyone. I'm like, you're retarded. Okay, to define yourself by one relationship, that just sounds extraordinarily flawed to me. To have that as the center of your life, so malleable, so susceptible to change, so susceptible to being scraped out with a scalpel, being just thrown away. That terrifies me. And I have major trust issues, so I've tried to explain that to my boyfriend, and how I won't be affectionate with him in public. Obviously, he doesn't think I'm asexual because, but I won't hold his hand even in public, except for a couple days ago I did. But then when we passed by groups of people, I let go of his hand, so it was pretty secretive. But if that cop had asked, were you having sex? If he'd pulled me aside and been like, are you having sex? And I said no, I'd probably have to provide evidence, So obviously the we're just friends thing would be stupid and that wouldn't work. But telling him I'm asexual would only create more of a conversation, and he most definitely wouldn't believe it. I mean, very few people understand the term, have even heard of the term asexuality. So I'd probably resort to, no sir, I'm celibate. I go to church every day. I'm saving myself for Jesus, show him like this ring, be like, it's a promise ring for Jesus. But I'm sorry I'm making fun of people that do that. I also do respect you for doing that. I think it's very brave and smart of you to save yourself from marriage for only one person and not be sexual at this age, in your teens, because it's stupid to want to have a kid right now. And I know some people are like, sex isn't for babies. Yes it is. Okay. I don't care if it feels good. You know what else feels good? Like virtually everything else that you can do physically with your partner besides sex. So, go to town on that shit. And then maybe just don't have sex. Okay? Because I think it's gross. I don't plan on having it. Yeah, Nikola Tesla didn't. Okay, he was celibate till the day he died, till he was 83. And I'm like, this is one man. I love this man. I love this man that whether he was asexual or whether he was celibate, I love that he was able to say, you know what, no, I'm going to work on electricity and all that other jazz, because that's more important than some slamming babes. Okay? And it's true. So, oh god, I'm getting off topic, aren't I? So I'm just scared. I'd be scared to come out to my parents and tell them I'm asexual, because then that means no marriage, probably. Increases the chance that I would get married, because I don't feel like I need someone else to complete me. That would be upsetting, because it would mean probably no grandkids. No walking your daughter down the aisle. It's bullshit. So it's just kind of horrifying, I'd imagine. So yeah, that's just kind of conflict that I came into contact with, and I just wanted to share it, make a video, do something, talk to you, camera, or, my cousin Sarah, hi, because she's bisexual, so it's sort of like opposite sides, but at the same time it's really similar, because she loves everyone, and I hate everyone, so, but, I don't know, just, it's difficult to think about, and then people obviously don't believe that I'm asexual because I have a boyfriend, and I'm like, no, I am, okay. Barely hold his hand in public, get really self-conscious if, we're in his car and we're kissing, and I see, someone else's headlights, pass by us, I'm like, stop. And, so yeah, just, I could talk about trust issues, too, but that's a whole other video. Okay, that's gonna take me, another, oh my god, another 15 minutes, but yeah, so, I guess that's sort of just it. Oh, and I hate cops. Going back to, how he knocked on the window and just talked to us. Yeah, okay, you're totally just talking, guys. Okay. Yeah, but we were wearing our clothes. Okay, it's cold outside. We were wearing jackets. We couldn't just fumble that back on. Okay. Oh my god.